Today we've got finally some concrete information on the Princess drink packages, as well as some information on a couple of Princess ships that are having delayed embarkation due to needing to deep clean the ships, and then finally an itinerary update from Norwegian and an option for you and some things to talk about that I think is really important right now. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Thursday. It's March 2nd of 2022, and let's just start off at the top here with Princess's drink packages. Yesterday afternoon, Gordon was so excited. He called me from work and he had a minute, so he had logged into the cruise personalizer for our upcoming cruises on Princess and saw that the cruise personalizer had changed a little bit, and the zero alcohol package and the soda package were back as an option to book on a cruise. And then it started to trickle in from those of you that noticed that as well, and through this morning. So I am really excited to see that Princess has got their website finally updated to reflect what they've really got. So first of all, as we have suspected all along here, the coffee package is no more. The coffee cards ended a couple of years ago. They replaced it with a package that on your sailing it was like the coffee card in a way, because you would have a certain number of coffees per sailing, but that is gone as well. And so what has basically replaced the coffee package, let's start with that, is the zero alcohol package. The zero alcohol package is listed as on the cruise personalizer as being 30. Well, here's the sticky part. When you look at the cruise personalizer, it says that it is $35.39 per day. Alrighty, and then when you go and read the terms and conditions, it says that it's $39.99 a day plus their 18% gratuity brings that to $47.19 a day. So I am not exactly sure on the pricing. Those of you who book it, let us know, because there are different prices in different places, but that's a ballpark for you. It's going to cost between $35 and $47 a day, depending on which is accurate. So let me tell you what is included with that really quick. You get your premium coffees and your specialty coffees and teas, hot chocolate, soda, fountain sodas, fresh juices, healthy smoothies, and then it says in parentheses the juice bar. So juice bar is included, bottled water, frappes at coffees and cones, mocktails and smoothies as per the menu. You also get your Red Bull energy drinks and milkshakes on ships that those are included. And so you also are going to get a 25% discount if you want canned soda or bottled water if available, it says. Sorry, bottled juices. Bottled water is included, but you can also, if the ship happens to have bottled juices and you want one, it'll be 25% off. Now, when you read through the terms and conditions on this, they have updated them a little bit from the last time I read them, which I will admit was before COVID. I have always known that it's really important when you get a package, be honest about it. Don't share your drinks with other people. When you get the package, it's just for you. It's not intended that you get you a drink and you get whoever you're traveling with a drink as well. It's meant that your drink is for you. And they said that they will monitor how much drink, and if they think that you are being wasteful, or if it's seems apparent that you're sharing, that they can revoke your package at any time. They also said that, and I've known this, that every time you order a drink, that you only can order one per package at a time, so you can't go up and say, I would like 3 Diet Cokes or whatever. You'd get one, and that there might be a waiting period between when you order one and when you can order another one, and it might be put in by the system, or it might be put in by someone there on Princess if they notice that they think you're not using it appropriately. I think that's really important, and that also applies for their soda package. But so here's a few things that I want you to think of with the zero alcohol package now that we don't have the coffee package. So I know that we have people who love their coffee and just plain, I call it plain, I don't drink coffee, but just your regular plain coffee is available up at the buffet, and it's also available in the main dining room. But if you want those specialty coffees, we kind of talked about it, and one of you was so kind to send me a photo, who was on the Enchanted Princess last week, of how much coffees cost. The most expensive one on the list of everything was $4.50, just to give you a ballpark. the most expensive one on that list. So if you just drink a couple of coffees a day, it's not going to be worth it for you to buy this package. The other thing that is really important to consider is that once you pay, if it really is the $47.19 a day and you're going to pay gratuities, you should just book the Plus package, right? Because it's cheaper. The Plus package is $60 a day. It includes your gratuities, your Wi-Fi, and it includes everything that the zero alcohol package includes. Okay, so kind of keep that in mind as you're trying to decide what you're going to spend your money on. And if you're someone that is just going to drink a coffee a day, I think it's cheaper just to pay for your gratuities, pay for your Wi-Fi, and pay for your cup of coffee. So just kind of add things up and navigate it that way to decide what it is worth to you. The other thing that I was really happy to see back on the cruise personalizer was their soda package. So I did notice that when you're looking at the cruise personalizer, it says that that package costs $17.69 per day, and it does not indicate if that includes the gratuities or not. But when you just look on the Princess website, if you go to onboard our ships, and then it'll bring up a menu and you pick up like dining and beverage packages, something like that, it says that it is $12.99 a day plus gratuities. So if it's $12.99 a day, it's $15.32 including those gratuities. So I'm not exactly sure on the price on that either. So I'm going to really look forward to hearing from those of you who book it to let us know how much it costs. A really important thing to remember with the beverage packages that you book, whether it's your the classic soda package or if it's the zero alcohol package, you need to book that before, like within 3 days of getting on the ship, you can't book it. Now when you get on the ship, I am sure that you can go up and add it if you want to, but you have to pay for it, both of these packages, for the whole cruise. So if you're 3 days into the cruise and you decide that you want to have that soda package, you're going to get charged for all the days of the cruise. So just kind of do your planning in advance, and if you want it, book it. I always tell myself to have everything I want for my cruise done at least a week out. I want my excursions taken care of, my packages, whatever it is, a week out, because then I'm not at the, on the 3.5 days out trying to do that. But with that classic soda package, this includes all your fountain soda, your fresh juices if they're available, the mocktails and smoothies. It says it includes one souvenir tumbler as based on availability and while supplies last, and I think that's foretelling of something coming. And then it also reminds us that for both the zero alcohol package and the soda package, you can use that on their private islands. And so as we talk about these things, I think that one thing is really important to keep in mind, because I think that Princess has something new coming, and I don't know if it's going to affect if you're going to want that classic soda package or not, because when you read the terms and conditions for the classic soda package, it says excludes beverages offered via vending machines, but it includes Coke freestyle machines where available, and then in parentheses it says coming soon. This is in the terms and conditions for the classic soda package. So that is when that's why I think they're bringing the tumblers back. Clear back when Gordon and I started cruising, our first cruise was in 2014, which I know many of you have been cruising so much longer, but there was that plastic tumbler in the cabin, and you could take it, to the bar and fill it up, or wherever you wanted to get it filled up, they would fill it up for you, and you could carry it around and drink that way. I'm personally not a fan of plastic cups, and so I wasn't really crazy about that, and so I didn't do it. I would just go up to the bar, get my drink in a glass, and be happy. Up by the pool, though, you're only going to get your drink in a plastic glass, and of course I do that there because they don't want glass around the pools. Makes perfect sense. But anyway, so it sounds like those freestyle machines are coming, and the way that they worked on Royal Caribbean when Gordon and I were on there in November is there's a chip in the bottom of that tumbler so that someone can't just come up with any cup and make that freestyle machine work. You have to have the package, you have to have the tumbler, and then when you put it under there, it's really just like magic. Then the freestyle machine works and you can get whatever drink you want. And so I am excited to hear that that's coming to Princess for people who enjoy those freestyle machines. I'll admit they're kind of fun, because if you're not familiar with that, you can pick like any of the Coke products, whether it's your Diet Coke or your Sprite or Fanta, whatever, and then a variety of flavors will come up. So like you can get your Diet Coke with raspberry in it, for example. Just all of these different little options based on what you choose. So many things to pick from. Dr. Pepper is on the list. I don't remember, but it really broadens the horizon on what drinks you can get. And it also makes it so that you can get your drink when you want. You don't have to go stand in line at a bar. And I'm thinking that they're probably doing this to help alleviate that. People will just be able to go up, get their own drink without having to involve any crew members with that. So I thought that was kind of fun that that's coming. And so we're all going to have to keep our eyes out on the Princess ships and let us know when you see a Coke Freestyle machine available and where they are. On Holland America they have them, and I noticed now in Holland America, when I was on there last year at the end of June, I had that signature beverage package, and I didn't see, like, they didn't give me a tumbler. And I didn't really try to use the freestyle machines. I think that, you know what, I am not positive how that works on the packages, so I won't say, but I know that Holland America has those, so if you get a package that does that, then my guess is you probably get a tumbler. So I will find out for you about that when we are on Holland America at the end of March, the end of May on our group cruise. And we still have spots if any of you would like to join us. We're going to leave on May 27th round trip out of Seattle. And they did take Glacier Bay off. I'll tell you that first. I've had a lot of cancellations due to that, and I understand completely. So anyway, I didn't want to get off too much on a tangent there, but and then once again, remember when you get that soda package, it is just for you. It's not to get one and get a soda or anything for anyone else. And so I think that's really important that we all are honest. Clearly, it's important to be honest. Now, so let me know if any of you have any questions about the packages on Princess. I'm really happy to see them back on the Cruise Personalizer. Makes it so much easier to book instead of having to call. And I'm honestly thinking that they were making changes to their website and somehow maybe got mixed up on what should be on the development website that they're working on and what should be on the live website. I'm wondering if that's what happened, since things disappeared, things changed, and the prices are still not right. I'm thinking they're still working on it. But I'll... yeah, of course, that's okay. Just as long as we know what's going on. So now we do have updates, and I appreciate those of you who have sent them to me, that both the Caribbean Princess and the Crown Princess are going to be delayed with embarkation. So the Caribbean Princess is sailing out of Fort Lauderdale, and the notice says that please be advised that embarkation for your Caribbean Princess cruise has been delayed. During the current cruise, there have been elevated case counts of gastrointestinal issues among guests. A comprehensive sanitation program was launched in response, and the Caribbean Princess will undergo a prolonged disinfection in Fort Lauderdale on Thursday, March 2nd. So that is today. It says check-in for your cruise will be delayed until 12:30 p.m. and your stateroom will be available shortly thereafter. So it says please do not arrive before 12:30 at the terminal, as the terminal will also be closed for sanitation. They are leaving no stone unturned. It says guests with Princess hotels or transfers will have their check-in times provided at the hotel or the airport. All guests must be on board by 4 o'clock. And so it says, please refer to the Medallion Class app for your assigned boarding group below. And then underneath, like if you were in Group A, now you're supposed to come between 12:30 and 1. If you're in Group B, 1 to 1:30, and so on. So that's what's going on with our Caribbean Princess sailing out of Fort Lauderdale. And then we've got the Crown Princess set to sail out of Los Angeles. And it sounds like probably the exact same thing is going on. Once again, guests are let know that they will not be able to begin embarkation until 2 p.m. now. It says guests should arrive 3 hours later than their assigned boarding group time that is showing in the Princess Medallion Class app. It says if you have not already done so, please select an arrival group in the app and remember to arrive 3 hours later than it shows. And it says for guests who arrive at the pier early, and they can drop off their luggage and then enjoy things in the area there. So you might be thinking, well, what is in the area there in San Pedro at that port in Los Angeles? Right next to where we have embarked both on the Majestic Princess and the Discovery Princess. The USS Iowa is right there. So you could go ahead and walk down, take a look at that, take a tour if you would like to. It depends really on where you're embarking there, but I think that you will be close to that. And if you're going to get there super early in the morning, you could always get an Uber and go somewhere else to look things over. Not too far from there in the port area, you know, there's a, like right by where the ships are, it's clearly the, you know, pier and port area, but not too far. There are areas to walk around, shop a little bit. There's hotels and restaurants. And so if you need to, you could go there. But it is really nice. You can drop off your luggage so that you're not trying to walk around and take your luggage with you. So thank you all who sent me those updates. The last thing that I want to let you know about is one of our Let's Go family members let me know that the Norwegian Star had Greenland on their itinerary, and in fact they chose it because of that, and just barely Norwegian has taken Greenland off of that itinerary. So if you have a cruise booked on the Norwegian Star, double check and make sure that for if you thought you were going to go to Greenland, make sure that you are still going. Since that is not an option to go on that cruise anymore, Norwegian does have a cruise on the Prima that goes to Greenland, so you can take a look at that. But in association with that, a really important thing that I was really highlighted to me today as I was helping someone with their booking on the Norwegian Prima is the wonderful flight benefit truly that Norwegian has. They have the promo going, and it's usually going, like it's really rather ongoing, that if you buy air through Norwegian, then the second person flies free. So you might think, well, you know what, I think they always double it. But not always, because I was helping someone with their flight today and it was really a great price flying into one port and then flying home from another port in Europe. I was like, wow, that's really something. So I looked up, and that is a really good deal for the flights that they are getting. Of course, you have to be wise and compare what you're going to pay for with that with how much you could get on your own. Always do that. But when I looked up these flights, it was a really good deal. So as we have been talking a lot about how much prices are increasing on air a lot, we've mentioned that lately, remember that Norwegian has that perk, and take a look at it and see if it's something that would work for you. Now be aware that with Norwegian Air, they generally book the tickets about 30 days out, and you cannot say which airline you want. You just get what they give you, and you maybe aren't going to even be sitting with whoever you're traveling with. You might be sitting in different parts of the airplane, you know, far away from each other, or you might be lucky enough when you get there that they'll put you next to each other. It really just depends on what's available when you're 30 days out. So be aware of that, and you don't call, if you're not happy with that, you don't call Norwegian and get it changed. You fly on those flights. And if there is any problem with your flights, then you call the airlines. Norwegian doesn't handle it after they book it. All right, so just be aware of that. But it is a really good deal on some of these flights that you can save money. So when you look at the cost of a cruise, and then you look at those airplane tickets and you think, oh, that's too much, you might want to take a look at Norwegian. So just throwing that out there. So if any of you have any questions about drink packages or anything else that we've talked about, or anything else to do with cruising, just put those in the comments below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. We really need you with us, and I think you will enjoy being here with us as well. We cover a lot of information every day, and I appreciate you all sharing with me. If any of you are on a cruise ship right now or have recently returned, no matter which cruise line it is, I would really appreciate hearing from you to hear how everything is going. We all like to stay up to date. So if you appreciate these updates, would you please give this video a thumbs up, because that really does help us out. And I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.